Hey guys, Chef Anita back again, back in her kitchen preparing dinner at home for my family. So now, as I've already mentioned in the other video, they have requested from me an all beef chili. Now, this chili is a really simple dish, but also requires some love so that you can develop flavor and get that lacquer really rich finish while still retaining a lot of healthy benefits to it because it's literally all protein and vegetable. So let me see if I can try and explain this to you without getting too wordy about it because there are literally a lot of spices in this thing. So let me just show you what I have going on. Okay, so if you haven't already guessed, I am not the kind of chef that measures anything ever. If ever I want to make something, I will research and then put my own spin on it. And then I'm more of a, let's just add this and let's add that and taste as it cooks so then I can adjust it. And that's pretty much how I came up with this chili recipe, if you will. Recipe, not recipe. But in this particular chili, the all beef chili, I have some ground chuck here. We are going to be adding some canned tomatoes. These are the Biancos. These are my family's favorite, the Di Napoli Bianco. They have a more savory, not so sweet taste to them, so they just prefer that. I also have some vine ripe tomatoes, which I love to add with the canned tomatoes, as I have mentioned before, just to have an extra fresh boost of flavor. Now, while I should say, I am browning the ground chuck, I like to add my spice blend to the chuck with salt and pepper as I brown it, and then I add a little bit of red wine, and then the stock comes in after I add the vegetables and cook those down for a couple of minutes. So like I said, while the ground beef is browning, I like to add the spice blend in stages just so that I can develop that flavor from the meat all the way through the sauce. I don't put the whole amount of spice blend. I always do it in bulk. So when I have to use it again, I have it already ready-made. And this spice blend is, let me see if I can remember everything. It is literally guajillo pepper, cayenne pepper, oregano, coriander, onion powder. It has some paprika. It also has, let me see, what else did I put in there? Some fresh thyme, a little bit of basil for sweetness, a little bit of the chili powder, but my family is not a huge fan of the cumin, and they do tend to have cumin in that chili powder, so I didn't add a great deal of it. And then I add a little bit of the salt and pepper, and it just all gets blended together with a spoon, and then that's what goes into this. Now, I also have some ancho chili and some chipotle chili pepper in here as well. This thing is fully rich and spicy of all of these different kinds of pepper, and that's what makes my family love this chili. They like it when it's super spicy, but yet mild enough to eat and not feel like, your face is getting blown off. And then the vegetable setup is pasilla peppers, and I have jalapeno peppers, some onions, and red peppers for a fresh, crisp bite. I will start with the onion, jalapeno first, and then I add the pasilla and the red pepper. Again, in stages. Do things in stages so that you can develop flavor, keep texture, and not everything gets cooked down all at once and gets all mushy on you. This ground chuck chili, I cook for maybe an hour and a half, and that's it. I start off under a high heat, removing any kind of skim off the top, any fat or anything that needs to get removed. So then all you're left with is the beautiful chili. Again, adding canned tomatoes and fresh tomatoes also elevates all of those flavors. And the red wine just gives it an extra boost of yumminess. And once it's done, you have this amazing bowl of chili that just, it sings. And I don't know how else to describe it. I wish I can give you a specific amount of measurements, but in here, the biggest thing that I put in here was actually the paprika, ancho, and chipotle chili. And then I brought everything down by tablespoon and teaspoon. And then I have about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper because I don't want it to go over the top because I already have the jalapeno and the pasillas. If you guys have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them during, a DM questionnaire. But this is the way I like to cook. I like to create my own blends, create my own way of making sauces and making food developed and sing from the bottom up. And then I just kind of go from there. And I'm not usually ever afraid, unless I'm doing something very traditional, to go outside of the box. If I see something that I know will meld well with what I'm doing, let's just do it. Like, why not? I mean, there have been times where I've added soy sauce or some sort of a Japanese or Korean or Vietnamese chili to my chilies, and they really, really sing in a different way. I wish actually right now I had a little ghost pepper or Scotch bonnet, because that's the flavor profile that I'm looking for in this chili. But we're just going to go more traditional with it. Anyway, I am getting long-winded, as I said I would. I mean, there's literally how many ingredients here? But a chili, it needs love, it needs time, it needs development. Give it the time it needs. And definitely adding some of your spice blend to the beef while it's browning makes it sing even more. So that's going to be the pro tip today. I'll make it a little shorter version later. But again, if you have any questions, DM me, okay? Come back soon.